Okay. So now suppose somebody wants to start a company. Okay, for example, Ahmed wants to start a company, maybe an IT company. So say the cost to create that company, he has to make a building, he has to buy benches, he has to buy computers, he has a lot of expenses, right? So say the total cost of this company is coming to, let's just put a small amount for now, say 10,000 rupees. Okay, say Ahmed needs 10,000 rupees to start this company. And if he doesn't have the money, what will he do? So say Ahmed doesn't have 10,000 rupees, he cannot start it. But he will go to Yvonne and say, Yvonne, um, I'm starting a company. Can you give me 1,000 rupees? Like I'm selling shares. Okay. Shares is like a part of your company. So Ahmed will say one share is 1,000 rupees. Okay. So if he'll sell one share to Yvonne, then Yvonne will give Ahmed 1,000 rupees. So now you got 1,000 rupees. So like that, you have to sell shares and you will get money. And you can use that money to start your company. Okay. So say you need 10, you have 10 shares, 1,000 rupees each. That way you can collect 10,000 rupees. Okay. So now maybe Anna will say, okay, give me, I'll buy 3 shares. So Anna will buy 3 shares and give Ahmed 3,000 rupees. Okay. And so like that, finally, Ahmed can get his 10,000 rupees and he can start his company. Right. Now, what is it for you all? Now you spent 1,000 rupees, Yvonne. Anna, you spent 3,000 rupees. Are you getting anything from that? You will get something based on how much you have invested in the company. You will get a profit every year. That profit that you get every year is called the dividend. Okay. And that dividend will be set by Ahmed. He will say, I will give you 5% dividend, which means for every share that you bought, you will get 5% of his total profit. Whatever profit Ahmed makes, 5% of that he will give for every share that you have, based on how many shares if you have. So say Anna has bought, okay, Yvonne has bought 1 share. So you'll get 5% of whatever you invested. You invested 1,000 rupees, you'll get 5% of that. Anna invested 3,000 rupees, so you'll get 5% of 3,000 rupees. So the more you invest, the more dividend you'll get. Percentage is the same, but based on what you invested, you'll get that much amount. Is that much clear? Okay. Now say 3-4 years passed by and Ahmed's company is doing very well now. He's making a lot of profit. And because of that, his share value has gone up. Instead of 1,000 rupees, when he originally sold the share, how much it was? 1,000 rupees. But now the share value has gone up. Say it is 1,300 rupees. Okay. So now, if Ahmed wants to make his company bigger, he'll sell more shares and now he can sell that same share for like this, or even forget Ahmed. Even if Yvonne wants to say, Yvonne is saying, okay, I'm not making too much profit, I want to sell the shares off. And then Ryan will say, okay, I'll buy the share. Okay, so Yvonne can sell the share for how much now? 1,300 rupees, because that is the market value of the share. Market value means that's what the market is willing to pay for each share because the company has gone up. You understand?
Oh my, Anna, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, did you all understand this? What explanation I gave till now? All right. So the original value of the share was how much? 1,000 rupees. That was the original value of the share. That is called face value. This rupees, 1,000 rupees is called face value. That is the original value of the share. Now, what is the present value of the share? That is called market value. The market value is rupees 1,300. Now, say 2-3 years more pass by, and now MS company is not doing good. So, what will happen? Value will come down, and say the market value might be only 800 rupees. Okay. So that can happen. The market value can go up, it can come down. Okay. The face value will remain same.
So, like I gave the share to Yvonne, so Yvonne cannot tell that I invested 1,000 units, so you're giving money. That's wrong.
You're giving what?
Share.
Tell loudly once again.
She invested 1,000 rupees.
Yes.
So, the share value, face value came down.
Face value didn't come down, market value came down. Face value will remain at 1,000. That is what you originally sold the share for. Market value will come down to say 800 rupees. Now then, why you're giving the money?
The 5%.
That if she sells the share to you, then you give the money to her. Okay. But normally whom she sells it to is she'll sell it to another investor. See, all these are investors. Who's the investor? Himon is an investor. Ryan is an investor. Anna is an investor. They're investing in your company. If you want the shares back also, you have to buy it for the market value only. If you're the owner and you want the shares back, but why would you want the shares back? I mean, if in case you want, you'll still buy it for the market value. Okay. So if the market value is very high, say 1,500, you cannot say I sold it for 1,000, give me 1,000. No, you have to pay how much? 1,500, because that is the current market value of the share. That is what it will be sold and bought for. Okay. So these are the two main things, face value and market value. Now dividend. Dividend is a fixed percentage. Now suppose the dividend is 5%. It's 5% of what? Is it 5% of the face value or 5% of the market value? Dividend is 5% of the face value. Okay, suppose Ahmed is giving 5% dividend. Okay, he'll give 5% of 1,000 rupees, not 5% of the market value. Okay, so even though market value goes up and down, dividend is fixed. It's based on that face value. Okay, when you're buying and selling shares, will you buy it for face value or market value? Yeah, buying and selling is on this side. You'll buy and sell for market value. Yeah, basically this is what is the theory part of this. Then there are some formulas. Okay, we will see that as it comes along when I have to recall it. Okay, now a share, when I'm buying a share, and if its face value is 1,000 rupees, I will call that share a 1,000 rupee share. So I will say like this. Suppose that market value is 1,300. I will say I bought a 1,000 rupee share for 1,300 rupees. What does it mean? It means face value is 1,000 and the market value is 1,300. So I can say like this. I bought 7,000 rupee share for 1,300. What does it mean? I bought 7 shares. That is the number of shares I bought. And face value is 1,000. And I bought it for 1,300. Okay. Now there are some words. If the market value is higher, if the market value is greater than the face value, I will call that share being sold at a premium. Means it's sold at a higher price. That is called premium. What else words are there? Yeah. And if it is sold at a cheaper value, that means if the market value is less than the face value, we say we're selling it at a discount. Discount means the market value is lesser than the face value. When do you buy a share? When do you sell a share? Suppose I'm buying shares. I'm a share market investor. When will I buy shares? If its market value is up or if it's down? Why would I buy it for expensive? I want to buy it as cheap as possible, right?
Yeah.
So I would try to buy it when it is down, and I will try to sell it when it is up so that I get a profit by selling and buying the shares. Most people make money on the share market just by buying and selling shares. They don't wait for dividend. The dividend is a fixed value. If you have shares, every year you'll get 5%. But people don't make money using dividend. How do they make money generally? Buying and selling shares. So they'll buy cheap shares and they sell it when it goes up. Okay. Share market is a very big thing. You know, the richest people in the world are because of share markets. You've heard of that, right? They just buy shares and sell shares. Okay. There are so many apps on the phone like Grow, and even I try it out. Okay. There's an app called Kite. Okay. On this app Kite, you can see all the shares of all the companies. You can see how much it costed and you can buy it. You can sell it. You know, from our phones, we can do this. Previously, 10 years ago, you can't do that. You need a big computer where they can see all the shares, and it's only certain people could do it. Like you need a certain registration and certain type of account. But now anyone can have that account on the phones itself, and you can buy and sell shares. Okay, like if I'm seeing over here, TCS. Okay, 1 minute. You know what's TCS? Tata Consultancy Services. Okay, so oh, so small on that. Okay, so like here, see they have given a chart over here, so you can see the share. It was less, then it went up. So you can see the price of the share going up and down. So when should I buy it? When it is down. And then if I see it's very high, then I'll be like, okay, let me sell it now. Okay, so that way you can make money on the share market. Okay. Just
Anna,
write. What, tell me, Ryan?
Nathan got some net issue, so he won't be able to join. He tried joining, but he has problem in joining.
Okay. He just tried joining now. Let's see if he's joining. Okay. All right. Just write down this much and then we'll do some sums based on this. Okay. Face value on the left side, market value on the right side. Nathan, just write down this much and we'll do some sums on this. Okay. I'll just come in a few minutes. All right. So the first formula which we saw, I'll just say that again, was how much you're investing. So you're investing, the investment will be, suppose I want to buy 5 shares and each share is 1,300. Then I have to invest 5 into 1,300 rupees. So the formula for investment is number of shares into the market value. Okay. The second formula is dividend. Now suppose the dividend is 5% and I bought 5 shares. Each share was 1,300 rupees. I spent 1,300 rupees for, and I bought 5 shares. So 1,300 into 5. And how much dividend I will get in my hand? So what is the formula to find dividend percent? Not dividend percent. Dividend percent we know. Dividend percent is 5. I want to find the actual dividend in rupees. Okay, the dividend earned. So the dividend I will earn is 5% of what? 5% of face value into how many shares I have. Right, if I have 1 share, then I will get 5% of 1,000 rupees. If I have 2 shares, I will get 5% of 2,000 rupees. Right. So the formula to get the dividend is the dividend percent into the face value multiplied by the number of shares. Does it make sense? Correct. So this formula is written like this: number of shares into the dividend rate. It's just called rate, R%. Okay, rate means this one. Dividends, the rate is known as rate only. Into what? Number of rate into the face value or the nominal value. This is the formula for dividend. Is that clear? You see, it's more like common sense. We don't have to memorize these formulas. We have to understand it. So that dividend is number of shares into the dividend percent into the face value. So write this as your second formula. You want to write it in the same order that we wrote here? Put R first, FE second, number last. Okay, write in the same order so you don't get confused. Rate percent into face value into number of shares. All right, so there's one more formula, but we'll see that after some time. Let's do some sums based on these formulas so we understand this better. Okay. All right, we'll go to exercise 3A. Question number 3. Okay, I'll write on the question here. Okay, how much money will be required to buy 250 rupees 12.5 shares at a discount of 1.5? Wait, I mixed up 2 questions. 15, no? Rupees 15 shares at a discount of 1.5. Okay. All right, so what all do we have here? What all do we have? Huh? Okay, what is the market value? Huh? What? No. It's not 250 rupees. There's no rupees written in front of 250. What is this 250? What shares? How much money will be required to buy 250 rupees 15 shares? So 250 is what? The number of shares. I said if I'm buying 5,000 rupee shares, means what? 5 shares I'm buying, and each share is the face value is 1,000 rupees. So here also when I say I'm buying 250 15 rupee shares, means what? 250 is the number of shares. Okay. What is this rupees 15 shares? Means what? That's a face value. The actual value of the share is 15 rupees. We call the share as 15 rupee shares. Even the market value might go up or down, but that face value is the name of the share. That's why we are calling it rupees 15 shares. So that is a face value, rupees 15. Now, how much are they selling it for? Discount of 1.5 rupees means what? Market value is low. So how much is the market value? No, it is discount of 1.5 means you have to minus 1.5 from 15. 15 minus 1.5, that is 13.5. This is the market value. See, suppose I say I got a 5 rupees discount on this. Does it mean I bought it for 5 rupees? No, I got it for 5 rupees lesser than the value. That's what it means, right? So here also I'm saying the discount is 1.5 rupees. That means from the market, from the face value, you have to minus 1.5. That's how you get the market value. Is everyone clear with the question? Okay, the question is what now? How much money will be required? What are they asking? Huh? They're asking investment. How much should I invest if I want to buy 250 of these shares? Okay, so we have to find investment. What's the formula for investment? Number of shares into
Number of shares
into market value. So we have the values. Number of shares is 250 into 13.5. That will give you the investment. Clear? Write it down and find the answer. Okay, a man invests rupees 3072 in a company, so that is his investment, paying 5 rupees per annum. So it's paying a dividend of 5%. When it's rupees 10 share can be bought for rupees 16. So the actual value of the share is 10 rupees. That means face value is rupees 10 and rupees 16 is what? Market value. It is sold at that time for rupees 16. Find his annual income. Now what is his annual income? What does he get annually? Annually means every year. What does the company pay him?
5%.
That is called dividend. Another word for income is dividend. You see, it can be said in two different words. Dividend is his yearly income, not monthly. Yearly they pay him that much. So what's the formula to find this dividend? Dividend percent into face value into number of shares. Okay, so we have all the values. Oh, we don't have number of shares. So first we have to find number of shares. Okay, so how to find number of shares? Yes, we have that formula which has number of shares. That is, investment is equal to number of shares into market value. From this, if you make number of shares a subject, we'll get investment upon market value. So that is 3072 divided by 16. So with this, you'll get number of shares. Then you put the number of shares in this formula, you'll get the income. Clear, everyone? Do it. So the number of shares he bought is 192. You all get that? And then his income is 5%. That means 5 upon 100. What? Dividend. Okay, into 10 into 192. Number of shares is 192. No? So 192 into 5. 5 and 10. Okay, cut all the way, right? So 1, 2, and then 2 and 192. 2 9s are 18. 2 6 are.
90.
Okay, so rupees 96. How much did he invest in the company? 3072. How much is getting every year? Is it worth dividend? See, that's why I'm saying dividend is not very important. How do people make money on this thing? Selling the shares, buying and selling. No one waits for a dividend. Dividend is 1 year you have to wait. People buy in 1 day and maybe next day they sell it. Till here is everyone clear? So what all we understood till now? If you make this into a story, how much did this man invest? 3072. And he bought how many shares? 192 shares, because each share was so cheap, right? How much was the cost of each share? How much he bought it for? 16 rupees. He spent 16 rupees for each share, even though it's like market value was only 10, still he bought for 16. Maybe that was the current market value and he felt it was less. So he bought it. And he waited one whole year, and after one whole year, how much he got? 96 rupees. Okay. So what was better for him to do is to sell off the shares. Suppose the market value went up instead of 17 rupees. I mean, instead of 16, say it became 17 rupees. So how much will he get now if he sells all these shares? We're changing the question. But if the market value became 17 rupees, how much, what should he do if he sells it off? Okay, how much is one share? 17 rupees. And how many shares is he selling? How many shares does he have? 192. Okay, if he sells these 192 shares, how much he's getting? 3,264. How much he bought it for? See, there itself he's getting a profit of how much? Subtract minus 3072. See how much is the profit? 192 rupees just by the shares value going up by 1 rupee. Which is better? You see that? So that's what they do. Maybe they'll buy it in the morning and in the evening they'll check, oh, the share went up by 1 rupee. Sell off everything. They got 192 rupees that day. Is everyone clear how the share market works? If the value went down, say 15 or 14 rupees, then he won't sell it. He'll keep it. He'll wait for it to go up, hoping that it will go up one day. Sometimes it doesn't go up. Sometimes it goes down and then stays there. Then he has to decide whether to sell it off for a discount. He'll go in loss. But he can use that remaining money for buying some other shares. So that is something that he has to decide. Okay. All right. We'll go to the next question, which is what is his percentage income on his investment? That means based on his investment, how much income he's getting. What is his investment? 3,072. What is his income? 96. So they're telling to convert that into a percentage. So how will we convert his percentage income? This is the third formula, which I don't need to tell you. You can make it yourself. So what's the formula for income percentage? Income percentage is equal to, see, we had studied so many percentage formulas, like profit percent is equal to, what is profit percent, which we learned in 8th or 9th? Profit percent is equal to, why will profit be loss? Profit percent was equal to what? You had CP, you had profit, and here you had SP. Okay. And the formula for profit percent was what? Anyone remembers? Profit percent is equal to profit upon something. See, always if you're finding profit percent, then the numerator will be profit. If you're finding loss percent, then the numerator will be loss. If you're finding discount percent, then the numerator will be discount. Keep that in mind. Okay. So here it is profit.
CP into 100.
Yes, upon CP. CP is the older value. Like you're calculating profit based on the CP. Suppose I say I got 5% profit. It means 5% of CP. Okay. So profit is always calculated on the CP. That's why profit upon CP. And then into 100 by making it into percentage. In the same way, what will be the formula for income percent? Yes, numerator will be income. Income upon what? Upon his investment. Because he is getting 96 rupees out of the 3,072 that he invested. His income is how much? 96 upon his investment. What is his investment? Yeah, so that is in the denominator. And then make it into a percentage. This is the formula for income percent. Income percent is also known as return percent. Because that is his return based on his investment. He's investing 3,000 and he's getting returns of 96, right? So this both are the same thing. Income percent or return percent is the same thing. Clear, everyone? This is the third formula. Anyone got the income percent? So it's 96 upon 3072 into 100. 25 upon 8. Okay, then divide that and convert that into a percent. Like make it a mixed fraction. That's enough. Yeah, here it is going decimal. Let's see in decimal.
It will be 0.03125.
3125.
Yeah,
It stopped, no, at 3125.
yes.
So 0.03125 into 100. That is how much? 3.125%. Is that clear? That is his income percent. Did you get 1 upon 8?
Mm.
You were converting, no, 25 upon 8. So 8 3s are 24, remainder 1. Yeah, it's coming the same thing. 1 upon 8. Because 1 upon 8 is 125. I mean 0.125. Okay. So either 3.125 or 1 upon 8%. So per year he's getting only around 3%. In 2 years he'll get 6%. So it's very less. Okay. You can try out for homework. Anna, you can try out questions from your book. The rest of you can study for your exam. Like start revising, do maths. Don't do anything from here as of now. But remember these 3 formulas. Write down these 3 formulas and learn them. What is the first formula we learned? Investment is number of shares into market value. Second formula was dividend or dividend earned or earnings or income. We can use the word income. Income is the rate of dividend into face value into number of shares. See, income is a very commonly used word for dividend. Instead of dividend, they use the word income. And for the third formula, that is income percent or return percent. Income percent, normally they'll say income based on the investment. Return percent, the word will be used as it is. Return means obviously how much you're getting based on how much you spent. So the word return percent might come by itself. But if they use the word income, normally they say income based on investment. So that you're showing that it is income based on your investment. Okay. So it all depends on the question. You have to read carefully and understand the question. Okay. All right. We'll end with this. I hope you understood this much. Yeah.